Yes, we are. Oh, do I have... loop. Okay, so you can cook grenades in this. Oh, buddy, you're just standing around. Are you okay? If Newton saw this, he would be enraged. We... You know, I'd be suspicious how everything in this place is bulletproof. Except that, like, important stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna take a while to look at all unnecessary things. Just because this is hopefully the last time I play this game. Which I don't mean that in a negative sense, but I've played it multiple times. So I already know the story. So this is hopefully the final version of playthrough. Wait, do we... I was gonna say, do we go that way, but I was right around the corner, so I know where this ends. Ta-da! Oh. Crazy cover flipping action. Oh, you're still going, are you? That physics. Let's see if we could use that for cover, but no. Fire mode selection. More information available in the... Where exact? Oh, we can actually go... Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. That's a whole lot of reading. Oh, that is a lot of... So we do actually save all the thingies. With terminal. Oh, okay, so when we go up to a computer terminal and it says press E to use them, we can press E to use them. Got it. So where do we start? Guess we start at the top. Oh. Well, no, this is just weapons. We don't need that. Alma, we have nothing on. Armor can. Operational guidelines. Burn stuff. Burn stuff, smash with a sledgehammer. Destroyed with acid. Staff, when disposing of personnel, use the untraceable equipment that has been provided to you. Any personnel neutralized by non-stat methods, e.g. anger, strangulation, should be disposed of according to guidelines for medical samples. All teams, due to the security concern in the outer shell testing area, the detonation schedule has been accelerated. Evacuate the facility immediately. And they want all sorts of stuff. Body bags, spill kits. Oh, pillows, that's nice. I don't know what a nasal specula is, but it sounds painful. Oh, and an unspecified machine. Yeah, that's... You want to be the one who receives the order and then reads at the end, an unspecified machine. Oh, thank you. I'll send an unspecified machine right over. Don't worry. Attention all staff. This facility has just come under attack by a Black Ops team under the direct command of Colonel Richard Vanek, who is acting on the orders of the ATC Board of Directors. The ATC... Remember the first one when we fought against people who were... that seemed like regular people? They weren't controlled by Federal, so they looked like they just had security uniforms. They're just regular dudes. Yes, they were ATC. In the very beginning of the first game, we see Fedel and his buddies kill a bunch of them as they're watching surveillance footage as well. Their objective is to eliminate evidence which encompasses this entire facility and everything and everyone in it. Only the main entrance is compromised at this point, so evacuate through any of the emergency escape routes. I suggest barricading corridors leading toward any of the main lobbies to buy yourself time. Do not attempt to surrender or you will probably be shot. Genevieve Aristide. These I think we all read these, I believe. Yes, we did. Hospital. This I do not believe we have read. Internal memorandum for all admit staff. When admitting a new patient, ensure that all forms are completely filled. Yada, yada, yada. So, see, this is... filling out a form at the hospital is the only place I know that from is American fiction, like TVs and movies. I've never filled out a form going to the doctor. So I have no idea how any of that works. I assume it works with a pencil. Kelly, if you don't have any patients in the lobby, turn the TV to 22 News. Explains the shaking we felt earlier. Guess we won't be going home anytime soon. This an unrelated shaking, or is it that massive explosion at the end? I wonder if we'll be seeing any fallout. PM. From this, probably shouldn't talk over email. Want to get dinner in the cafeteria on break? Page me when you're free. If it is the massive explosion and they've seen it on the news, then probably like, hey, want to grab dinner? We're all about to get eaten by fallout zombies. Diode implant still sending current at too high a frequency. Patient immediately seized. We don't seem to be able to tune the amps finely enough to gain sensitivity without incurring cellular damage. I think we need to look at increasing the viscosity of the medium. You're gonna throw words like viscosity at a non-English speaker? Thank you. Also, what about additional hormones and supplements that we're gonna sell in big buckets? That's a like bodybuilding related joke. Patient M. Beckett recovering from surgery at unprecedented rate. Vitals are nearly back to normal. Dr. York has been paged and should be here as soon as he's done with the final activation surgery. If patient wakes up in the meantime, explain that he was medevaced from blast zone. Do not let patient leave room. Oh, I don't want to ruin your day, but I do believe I've left the room. Transcription, Dr. Samuel York, surgical notes. The first 3 activation surgeries appears to have been a resounding success. The 4th patient, Red Jankowski, which I think was the blonde guy in car at the beginning. And I also think, wasn't there a person we talked to in the very first one who also was called Jankowski, but isn't this Jankowski? Is still in pre-op, but the others are recovering in separate wings to minimize pre-conscious telepathic interference with each other. Once they're fully awake and stable, we'll begin the attunement process. Michael Beckett, in particular, is proving uncommonly resilient. We were sure we'd lost him twice on the table, but then he stabilized through no action of ours, I'm sure. I'm gonna be a god among men. The telesthetic attunement chamber, or TAC for short, is an integral part of the Harbinger conversion process. By means of diodes implanted during the activation process, the TAC can modulate a subject's telesthetic signal to tune it to the specific target frequency. The correction offset are also used in the telesthetic signal amplification process. Good Lord, all these words, which extends the subject's telepathic range and intensity. Outer shell. Wait, so we had. Okay, I thought for a second I thought that combat testing itself also had 3, but no, 3 here are the same as the 3 here. Combat testing in progress. Reminder that live ammunition tests are starting today. We're gonna do a lot of shooting and also something about the lunch break in the boardroom. We have a problem with the lift, which is why they talked about using the stairs, I'm guessing. And we're scheduled to run test battery 62 on specimen. All of this, and we're doing this. And handlers should be protective clothing to prevent fights. Wait, I'm guessing these. Like again, I've played this game, so I know what happens. But they're talking about the specimens have to be restrained, and we had. Oh, where did we have that? We had talks about someone earlier, how they were animalistic, if you remember that. I don't remember where that was. Yeah, somewhere. I don't remember where. But yeah, they were talking about some specimens becoming animalistic, and then you have the, hey, we should restrain people. Okay, we're almost end. You've almost finished suffering my reading. Paragon project. Regarding the nurse's office elevator, I have a feeling that maybe this isn't vital information, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm gonna show it all to you so you can read it if you so wish. You have to an E-kit complete with an extra sedative and benzo stick. I'm guessing for the people that go animalistic. A benzo stick, there's short-term amnesia. Info ladybugs. Paragon feeder program subset ladybugs. I feel like maybe we should remember ladybugs. Students in the ladybugs test group have been, students. We're talking about kids now. I assume. I guess we could be students, but I'm guessing they would just call us subjects. We've been treated with compound PN5A, in brackets R13, a variant of the most recent and most aggressive of the psychogenic mutagens. Behavioral expectations, higher cognitive response times, increased psychic awareness, improved psychic control. Phase 2 results. Spikes in psychic ability noted, but control is extremely fragile. Now we have 3 tree frogs, so I'm guessing they're... Well, yeah, they're talking about test groups, so they have different test groups for students. So, like I said, there is a school level, which is one of the more memorable parts of this game. So we'll meet all of this. We'll find out more, hopefully, about tree frogs and ladybugs, and maybe even the test groups named after them. Haha. Students in the tree frogs test group have been treated with compound all of that. Behavioral expectations, higher cognitive response times, increased psychic awareness, improved psychic control. Phase 2 results. Results mixed. Control satisfactory, but overall ability remains unremarkable. Paragon testing stage 4. Tests so far look promising for the engineered subjects. Relationship between specified genetic markers and psychic development is proven. Proof of relationship between induced protein alterations and control of psychic manifestations is still pending. Some non-engineered subjects also show signs of improved development under the regimen and should be scheduled for genetic level evaluation. See attachments. Paragon manual. Oh, when something starts with a prologue, it's probably gonna be a bit lengthy. So let's see if we find anything that's actually... never mind, I'm just gonna read it. Prologue. Observed across many generations, evolution is a wondrous process that weeds out infirmity and weakness and promotes diversity and adaptability. But it is also slow, unpredictable, and prone to dead ends. Those of us seeking to advance human potential in a shorter time frame must take matters into our own hands. And since this is a fictional story, then I'm sure it'll go fine and not end horribly. The purpose of the Paragon project is to identify and cultivate shining examples of the human specimen that we can propel forward to become superior life forms by means of the Harbinger project. But even though we're called Project Origin, put simply, we are seeking paragons of evolution who can lead us into a brighter and better future with the strength of their bodies, the flexibility of their minds, the singularity of their purpose, and the sheer force of their wills. And also that they've taken all the nice options in Mass Effect. But this, I think we've read all of this. No, actually, we didn't have Morales before. Manuel Morales, Sergeant. Physical condition, outstanding. Mental stability, outstanding. Telesthetic potential, average. Haha, not outstanding. Like, some better men. We're the god among men. Technically, we're not, because we're not Pointman. Still, we have a name now, so that's an upgrade. Due to the subject's marginal telesthetic potency and high intelligence, I expect that he'll be difficult to control. But that almost sounds like we would be. I'm not liking where this is going. And offer only moderate benefit to the program. Recommended keeping him in unit as a potential research candidate. Reserve. Because the Still Island telesthetic amplifier unit can magnify a telesthetic signal by up to 11.6 times as much as the small units at our other facilities, extra precautions must be taken to minimize workplace mishaps. Make sure the device is fully charged before engaging the Halford limiter, as even minor fluctuations in power flow during the initiation sequence may trigger the spontaneous discharge of undirected telesthetic energy from the subject, causing injury or even death to anyone within the test chamber. Imagine you've spent all this time doing all of this lore and coming up with all of these words, and then it ends after Game 3. Project Origin. Nope, I didn't mean to press that one. Also, I want to check. I hope it'll be easy to tell which things I've read and which ones I haven't. Don't you just love that constant I don't know if it gets picked up or if it's just in my. I hope it's just in my ears, and you don't hear that static hum that's in game whenever I'm in this menu. Auburn District woes linked to military. I like how all of these weird words I actually managed to get through, and then woes is the one that I stumbled over. Linked to military contractor malfeasance, like malfeasance, improper disposal of hazardous materials. I shouldn't have said anything. At a classified facility beneath the Auburn district caused a variety of symptoms reported by area residents over the past 20 years, according to an anonymous source who provided extensive documentation to support his allegations. The source claims that Armacam Technology Corporation suspended operations at the facility almost 2 decades ago without removing potential contaminants. There were mentions in the first game in those very nice, convenient telephone calls. Or was it one of the radio calls where they talked about contaminations downstream and stuff like that? And that's where we have a callback to. The facility was briefly reopened earlier this year before being promptly shut down again due to an industrial accident. They forgot the not question marks, the quotation marks on accident. From Norton Mapes, he's the guy who ate all those snacks and left and got stuck in vents. First one. He calls her G. Hey G, I'm at the vault now. Bad news. I think Harlan is planning to release Alma. Am carrying out Plan B as you requested. Get ready for a big boom. N. Sent from my Palmetto 2.51. Upgrade yours today. Cancellation. Archival file Project Origin Alma Wade, 8 years old. Phase 6 testing evaluation. I just want to stop right there. There was like a half a nanosecond when I saw this, and I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna remember how to do Roman numerals, and everyone will know that. And then I came through it, and I succeeded, and I sort of feel like Rocky at the top of the stairs. See attachment C2. Lab and personnel destroyed by spontaneously generated fire. Hate it when that happens. That appears to have been generated by subject. Further testing on hold. Subject isolated in induced coma. See, this one I will always remember because Final Fantasy. Phase 7. Testing cancelled per Holland Wade. Subject deemed too dangerous and unstable to proceed. Recommendation containment. Containing Alma. The file generator is not going to have the effect we're hoping for, giving the latest insane data from the vault can't contain her anymore, but we may be able to destroy her under the right conditions. Because when I look over, again, this buzzing is absolutely terrible, but when I look over at OPS, there's nothing. So I'm really hoping that it's just for me, because whenever I click, I can see the little sound effect, the voice meter or sound meter goes up, but there isn't a constant buzz when I'm in this menu, so it might just be for me. I really hope that's the case, because you shouldn't have to suffer this. Subject age 7 years old, we're still at Alma, and Charles Habiger, who we also had phone calls from. Since last October, subject has progressed from frequent nightmares to periodic hallucinations and debilitating empathetic episodes. I relate to Alma so much. She is extremely sensitive to emotional fluctuations in those around her and becomes nearly catatonic with fear in the presence of extreme anger. In my case, other people, particularly her father's. Of special note is that her psychic potential has more than quadrupled since her last evaluation. During the test sequence, attending staff reported auditory and physical hallucinations. The latter range from mild nausea to extreme burning sensations in the extremities. Conclusion. Subject is deteriorating mentally at the same time she's demonstrating exponential increase in telesthetic potency. I recommend that we increase frequency of evaluations to every 2 weeks instead of every 6. Here we have evaluation report for Paxton Fettle, age 10. Follow-up evaluation report. Subject has no conscious memory of the synchronicity event, although he has reported 7 instances in the past 3 years of nightmares involving violence against people matching the general description of research staff killed by Federal or replica soldiers under his direct command during the incident. When questioned, he attributes these images to something he witnessed on television or in training videos. He does not experience these nightmares in first person, with one notable exception. 2 months ago, he dreamed of devouring a man to learn his secrets. Again, in the start of first game, he is eating a dude. But he has no recollection of the actual incident. Conclusions. There is currently no reason to fear a recurrence, but sure. Giving all of the stuff that's happening, yeah, let's not fear anything. Particularly now that the Origin project and Alma Wade have been terminated. Recommended another follow-up evaluation in 24 months. Then, what was this? Age 10? Test results. Alma Wade, 5 years old. Phase 2 testing evaluation. Subject test scores have dipped dramatically. Possibly that subject is attempting to disguise her abilities. See attachment A2 for full test results. Phase 3 testing evaluation. Strange side effects have been occurring during subjects' testing sessions. Other personnel in the room with her are reporting severe headaches. She also seems to be manifesting telekinetic abilities. See attachment B2 for full test results. That reminds me, I think they did a bunch of like little short videos of like testing Alma. So they had, but not like game live action. So they had, her in a testing room and stuff happen. I, I think I've seen them, but it's been a while. Okay, so we have replica forces. We don't need tutorials, and then we could do weight elementary. Let's see if there's like anything interesting at all that we want. That's all about their armor. Some more about their armor. One thing you're gonna notice about the enemies in this game compared to the enemies in the first game